lovely people of the internet. Welcome back to a home vlog. This is a bit unexpected, although I swear I start every single home vlog with "this is unexpected." But it is the month of June, we're in the first week, and I am T-minus 3.5 weeks until moving. Side note, this is the third time I'm filming this little intro, and I try like doing the whole hand holding the camera thing like a real vlogger. It's just not me. I can't do it. I set you guys back up on the table. I need the security of the camera being stationary, okay? Anyways, for those of you who had followed up on my last Get Ready With Me video, I talked a bit about my current living situation, and I need to move for reasons outside of my control. It feels, you know, a bit sad really, and really a bit emotional, because this was my first solo place. I love living in this place, this location. Everything just worked well, and a couple things happened with just like normal things, nothing crazy, but it does mean I'll eventually have to move, so I figured I might as well move while I am off on summer break. And by some miracle, I managed to find a new place very quickly, checked off all my main priorities, and I signed it. So at least the place is secured. Like, the way that all that happened so quickly is completely not my style, and it does make me feel a little bit just nervous about everything moving so fast. But I suppose having the security of knowing where I'm going and will be living and all that sorted and settled is better than not. So, back to the present day. It is the first week of June. I have 3.5 weeks to figure out how to pack up everything, which I currently have no plans for because work. And when I first moved into this apartment, you know, I didn't have all the stuff, right? I didn't have the couch, the shelf, all of that. So now there's just a lot more things to think about packing, and I really need to get myself down to a system or a hierarchy of packing order. What's important, what I can live without, and start packing those, and where the heck I'm going to put all those things while I still have them. Because I still need to live in this place for another couple of weeks, but I do want to start packing. And of course, I get the notice a few days ago that our apartment complex is doing pressure washing for all the outside and stuff. So they want to start removing things from the outside balcony, and I don't know when they're going to get to my unit, but I figured if this is where we're going, I might as well just start packing the stuff from the balcony as well. I just have some planters and plant risers and table, like, you know, bits and bobs like that. So that's what I'm going to do this weekend. I feel like that just was like a lot of upfront information that for some reason you need to know. Regardless, I need a packing plan. I don't have a packing plan. I'm currently not in the mindset to think about that with work, but it needs to be done. So I think either tonight or by this weekend for sure, I need an order of how things are going to be packed and what I can start packing now, and probably just start clearing the balcony. One thing I am doing though, I'm really trying to eat through my fridge and my freezer, so that's one less chunk of stuff I have to move. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start eating through my stock of food. So meals are gonna be interesting for the next little while. Side note, still my work clothes, because they're a little nicer than my home clothes that I'm going to change into in a second. But I do want to show you that I got a couple of moving boxes, and they're kind of nice. So these are my moving boxes. They are from Home Depot, if you couldn't tell from the beautiful bright orange color there. I got some small ones, and then I got some medium-sized ones behind there. They come in small, medium, and large. And these are new. They're not too expensive. They're like $1 or $2, and I figured, you know what, like, take the hassle out of sourcing boxes and yucky boxes, and, you know, just get some new ones. Like, I'll have some other ones I've accumulated and taken in from family and friends, but at least I'll have a couple to get me started. This wad of paper here came from an order I recently made, and they stuffed the box full of loads of this paper, which I thought I could fold up and reuse. But besides this, I have no idea how I'm going to pack. Okay, I feel like this is such a funny angle that I've got you propped on like some random pillows and stuff, but we'll make it work for now. I did, along with those boxes, pick up 2 more things. I picked up a what is it called? Drywall filler or spackling? Just kind of picked up a cheap one. This is from the brand LePage. And it's the 15-minute speed dry poly filler for small holes and cracks. I didn't really put many holes in this place, but I do have a couple of like little shelving storage things that I'm going to take off and take with me, and I'm just going to fill those in so I can get all of my deposit back. So got this, and learning from experience, I also picked up a mattress bag. This is just a twin size one. Not super expensive per se, but definitely worth it. When I moved my mattress from my bedroom, like the last move, and I didn't really think about this, and it was, you know, family and friends helped me do it, so we wrapped up my mattress in like fabric and bed sheets, like old bed sheets and stuff. I just really rather have a plastic bag that's good to go, correctly sized, wrap it up, and we're golden, you know what I mean? So I don't know how long this vlog is going to be. It actually may not be that long. I'm going to try to cut it maybe into slightly shorter segments. But a couple things that you might want to know is that I did film a apartment tour. Now, it's so ironic that as soon as I decided I was ready to finally film an apartment tour, within, you know, that frame of time, very quickly I got the news I had to move. So I was initially just not going to do it and just dump the idea, but then, you know, I kind of wanted to have a bit of that memory for myself as well. And the space I'm going to be moving into will be significantly enough different that the placement of things will be different, the way that the vibe of the layout and stuff is different. This is quite a cozy space, and the new space will be very, very modern, just in terms of the way it looks and the layouts and the appliances, the furnishings and stuff. So, and again, this is a smaller space. It's not, you don't see a lot of 400-ish square foot spaces in, I would say, you know, Canada for the most part. So I thought it was still worth documenting, and of course it's not the way that I intended on doing it, but I wanted to film a couple of clips, and we were in a time crunch because I gotta sort out the balcony, start packing boxes, so I did film something. At some point I will put it together and upload it for you for kind of an apartment tour. It'll be something. It won't be exactly how I want it to be, but there will be now a new apartment tour, and hopefully I can make that the way I had envisioned it in my head. So I think, other than packing up this weekend, I have started looking at some design inspo for the new place. Like I said, the new place is very modern, contemporary, you know, that kind of feel, and it doesn't quite fit with my current vibe. I will say I've grown a bit attached to these sage colored walls, and the new place has pure white walls, so it'll just be different, and the space is a little bigger, and I will be looking at how I want to cozy it up, because it just feels a little cold. I think when things are very neat and clean lines and modern, it feels a little sterile, you know. You want to feel cozy in a space like that. So I think probably the next slightly larger video will be just us walking through some of my thoughts about how to potentially decorate. Again, I haven't seen the place since I viewed it with COVID and all this, so I won't see it until really the end of the month again. I did take a couple of pictures, but I'm kind of just working from my memory, and maybe you will help me out with some initial design thoughts, which will be fun. Okay, I'm gonna go and cook dinner. I might film a couple more clips of this weekend, and we'll see how taking apart the balcony stuff will go. Hello again from the floor. I feel like the majority of the rest of these moving vlogs are just going to be filmed in front of random backdrops and places, and mostly on the floor. I just was in the middle of packing up the outdoor balcony, since like I said they're gonna pressure wash the building, so I might as well just pack that up while I have to take it inside anyways. I am so glad I popped down to the dollar store and picked up some Duramax multi-purpose zip ties, these guys, and then I also saw people using these when they're moving, just from like just from watching other people move. It's like the saran wrap thing that you use to like hold stuff together, but it's not, you know, you're not using elastic or rope or stuff like that. And because saran wrap kind of like, it's kind of like a blanket, just kind of wraps whatever thing you've got. That was really helpful. I was taking apart the IKEA Hillis shelves, which I had outside on the balcony as plant risers. And then, so I zip tied all the legs together. Really great, this is holding up well. I can just pick it up when we're moving. And then, like you saw, I wrapped up the actual shelves in this stuff. So far so good. I feel like this stuff is kind of expensive though. It's like $3 a roll at the dollar store. But I think for the ease of moving, it'll be worthwhile. So I thought I'd do the check-in before we start losing some daylight. I've still got one more shelf to do. It's so dusty out on the balcony. Those of you who live either in low rises or high rises that are like lower to street level, wow, like so dusty. Just everything is just covered in grub. You know what I mean? So I'm just like wiping everything down using my Dr. Bronner's, like give it a good, you know, wipe down spray, wipe down, wash it down, so they're all clean. And when I get to the new place and I put it together, I don't have to do any cleaning. I just put all 24 screws into each shelf, and I've got 3 shelves, so all that screwing by hand, not going to be very much fun. But I'm making slow but steady progress. I think the next vlog, like I said, we're gonna have a look at planning on paper where my furniture is going to go in the new place. I'll show you a layout. I'm trying to find like a floor plan. You know how real estate people, developers mock up floor plans, like when they sell buildings and stuff? I'm trying to find one that looks similar in size and arrangement, so I can mock up where my large pieces of furniture is going to go. So I think that'll be really helpful. It'll be fun. We'll do some Pinteresting and stuff like that. But I feel like this is probably the end of this vlog. I'm gonna try and clear up the rest of the balcony and do a little bit at a time. It doesn't feel like I'm making a whole lot of progress, but if I just keep going at it, and my whole focus till the end of the month is like discarding and packing and packing and discarding, I think it'll work fine. I would, again, love some tips if you have recommendations on the hierarchy of packing things up, so I can still live out of this place until the very end, but still be mostly packed. Like, what do I pack first? What do I pack last? Like, what makes most sense? Those of you who've moved, you know, a lot of times would love some tips on that. And then I think the other conundrum really is, I was in the middle of selling some Poshmark stuff, and I'm never in a huge rush to sell things. I just kind of throw it up there and just put the rest into storage. Do I want to just donate those things so that I don't have to actually move them to the new place if I don't plan on keeping them? Or should I move them and just wait on them to sell so I can take that money and add it to other things? Like, so far I've been adding it to my travel fund for the vacation that never happened. So I don't know, like, do I move all the stuff I plan on decluttering, or some of the stuff, or the Poshmark stuff, or do I just charity everything? I'm kind of conflicted. Let me know if you have any thoughts. Would love your recommendations. I'm gonna go unscrew another 25 screws off of the shelf, and I'll catch you in our next moving vlog. Take care, everybody. Bye.